Yeah. Ooh, ooh. Come on, Shete. Come on, Shete. Come on, Shete. Hello, everyone. Welcome to BayernNow, the ultimate Bayern Munich fan channel. Just had to go live. Bayern are playing Lyon. Lyon have absolutely dismantled Manchester City. 0 to 90 minutes. They look like the team that wanted it more. It looked like they had a plan and an idea, and they pretty much put it into place. They brought on Moussa Dembele, and he scored. Wait, did he score a hat trick? Yes, this guy scored a hat trick. Oh my god. No. He scored 2 goals, a brace. Yeah, because they scored before he came on. So Lyon beating Manchester City 3-1. Look, and everyone stop saying I have this weird agenda with Pep. I'm just pointing out what I see with the guy. He looks like a guy that has the philosophy. Well, he does. His football is beautiful. It's amazing on the eye. He gets results when you know he'll get a result. But in these types of games where the pressure's on, he just decides to change the whole thing. And Pep Guardiola did it. I said it about Pep, and the City fans came at me. They said I was deluded, I was stupid, and I was hateful towards Pep. And that's exactly what I say about this guy. He doesn't really believe in his own philosophy in the big games. And that's something that, as a manager, he should probably look upon himself. Because all I see from Pep in the big games is that he doesn't want to play what's been working. He doesn't want to do that because he's afraid of being figured out. That's all it is. He's afraid that they'll finally get onto him. He's afraid that teams will understand what he's trying to do, and that's it. That's the problem with Man City. So if you're a City fan watching this, that's what the problem is. A manager that's a little bit of a coward when it comes to continuing to use his own philosophy when it matters. He overthinks it because he's afraid that they'll figure him out because he's obsessed with his tactics, and that's it. Well, Lyon, man, they're going to be a big, tough opponent for Bayern because you just saw what they did. They're a good team. They're 7th in Ligue 1, but you shouldn't look at league table. I always say it, don't look at league table when you're thinking about the Champions League. If you looked at league table, you would have said Liverpool would get through. I said Atletico would get through, and they did because they did it. And I also said PSG would get through, and I hoped Atalanta would do something, but they didn't. And people hyped up Atalanta. I think all my predictions have been spot on because I also said Leipzig would win against Atletico, and because I know exactly the threat that Leipzig have. Now Bayern Munich have a big game. I think it's going to be harder than City because the thing with Lyon is they sit deep. This isn't the preview for the game, but Lyon sit deep. They want to defend for their lives. They are absolutely unbelievable. I've never seen a team that defends like them. And also, on the counterattack, they have the pace of Cornet. They also have, Moussa Dembele, Depay. Don't know why Depay didn't do that well today, but Dembele came on and definitely proved himself. Look, that game has to be something that Bayern Munich players take seriously. It doesn't matter what we say, like I said. I always say I want Bayern to win, and I think we will. I always say that. I thought we were going to slap up Liverpool at the Allianz Arena, and it didn't happen. Not everything we think should happen will happen. But the thing is, we have to have the hope that the players aren't going to go into that game with, a certain arrogance. We're going to respect Lyon, but don't respect Lyon too much. Don't respect Lyon to the point where it becomes almost damaging to yourselves. Because if you respect an opposition like City did tonight by changing your whole plan, that's just weird. We have to play our game. That's it. Lyon are hard to break down. They were very difficult. Barcelona played a deep block against us, and they conceded 1 goal, opened themselves up. Lyon opened themselves up. You saw Man City. Sterling should have probably equalized, or actually he should have equalized Raheem Sterling. Or should he have gone 2-1 up? Man City should have maybe won that game. And that's the thing. You always think to yourself, why did City lose? Well, they created more chances. They had more of the ball. But no one cares if you don't score, and that's it. Versus Lyon, we have to score. We have to be ruthless. We have to have the same level of ruthlessness that we had against Barcelona. I don't think it will be a smashing. I don't think it's going to be us just absolutely blowing them out of the water. That high line that we play will be exploited by Lyon because City got theirs exploited. I think we have to be very careful if we're going to play this Lyon team because I just witnessed a team that had heart, passion. They have nothing to lose. They're going to go into that Bayern game thinking we're not favorites. We can actually go and get something from this. They have very good players. I tweeted before the game, I was like, Lyon have very good players. Cornet masterclass, and he scored the first goal. So George knows bow. That's it, baby. That's it. But seriously, we have to respect them and what they do. But we can't not play our game because of that. And that's what Man City did. They said, oh, Lyon, You're very defensive. You're a team that have 3 attackers, 3 strikers essentially, with the cornet joining in. City said, we're going to play a back 3 to counter that. We can't be playing a back 3. We can't be doing anything. I saw the first goal that City conceded. De Bruyne didn't really press, right, because he was so far away. Lyon played it to their fullback, or not their fullback, a midfielder, I think. And then Fernandinho was pressing like a midfielder, and then in behind they go. And that's just something that we can't afford to have. We have to be very sharp. Press Lyon high, of course, but not that high. Not the type of high like we did against Barcelona. You can press Barca high because they have slower defenders. But De Gea, I think that's his name. They have Marcel. Who's that guy that looks Brazilian? I think he is actually Brazilian. Well, they are very good partnership. I think they're going to want to keep Lewandowski quiet. We're going to need to be very sharp against Lyon. Move the ball quicker, even better than Barcelona. I thought against Barcelona defensively, we looked so open. We could get to a Champions League final. My goodness. You see, this is where football is the worst sport ever at this. Because now I'm like, well, Lyon's easier than City would have been. Because against City, it would have been open. Like, you would expect Bayern to at least score, even if we lose. But then it's Lyon, and now they just beat City 3-1, and City could have... but then you're also thinking about the problems City had coming into the game. You know, now it looks like Lyon were just so good of a team. But it started from the lineup. Pep decided, I don't want to really win this. Kevin De Bruyne, no. I think only Sterling was the real winger on the pitch. And you know what? Went with a bunch of false nines. And that's it. You know, that as a manager, you have to be able to manage yourselves out of situations. And Pep's not really a man manager like that. He's not going to tell his players something that makes them perform. I think Lyon's manager definitely outclassed Pep Guardiola tonight. He took Pep's tactics and said, this is new, but then he adapted to it. You saw the Lyon team. They adapted to Pep's tactics. Sterling was dropping deep from the false striker, false winger position all the time, and the center backs were following them. If Gnabry's going to be dropping deep, they're going to follow and they're going to be aggressive in their midfield. They're going to keep that midfield compact. Lyon had 3 midfielders. Awesome. Iowa, what a player. Iowa is amazing. Iowa, I don't know his name. That's a definition of an amazing player right there. He was all over the place for his team, dribbling past City's press so easily. He looked spotless, and he looks like a very good player. You know, maybe he could replace Thiago. He very similar to Thiago in the dribbling and turning and things like that. I mean, a lot of you, when I asked about Thiago alternatives, suggested him. Good luck to you. I'm not a real La Liga consumer, but City lost to an 8th placed side in Ligue 1, and that's because they changed their style. If Pep said, "Hey, we're Man City, Lyon, we respect them, but let's go play our game and win this," City would have won this game with ease. But he said, we're Man City, they're Lyon, they're very defensive, let's change everything. So, you know, imagine you're doing a great job, you're doing a fantastic job, you know, you're satisfying her, and she's like, no, I want something else. And then you start doing something else, and then she's like, nah, I don't want something else. It's not what you're thinking, you sore losers. I'm talking about if you were like a plumber, right? If you were a plumber, that's a very good way of saying it. If you were a plumber, you were plumbing the house, and you're fixing the water, right? You're making the water break. And then she's like, I don't like how this water is breaking right now. So she's like, I don't like it now, change it. So you go to a different position and you start changing how the water is going. And then she's like, bang, I don't like it. And then she fires you. That's what Man City and Pep does to his players. He goes to every game and says, hey guys, we're Man City, but they're Lyon, so we're going to change our system for them. Sterling missed so that City doesn't get humiliated by us. I mean, you know what? I don't know. What would have happened in a City versus Bayern game? Yeah, a lot of you are saying Premier League becomes Farmers League. I mean, Manchester United is the only English team left in Europe. You imagine that English dominance of having 4 English teams in the Europa League and Champions League. That ended quick, man. That ended very quick. I said stop talking. Yeah. Did Mbappe with his Farmers League tweets? Look, you know, they call it a Farmers League, the Bundesliga and the Ligue 1. Kind of funny how the last teams now are 2 German teams and 2 Bundesliga. Thanks, Dortmund. You're the reason we don't have 3 Bundesliga teams. Look, the Bundesliga is on the up now. And Timo Werner will be biting the dust, joining Chelsea so quickly. Kai Havertz might be like, I don't want to play in that league. Nah, seriously, the Bundesliga, I said it, has been the best league this year. It's been the most competitive. Bayern have won it deservedly. Look at our form, and now look at how we're playing in Europe. Look at what we did to Barcelona. People are going to start downplaying that because they're going to be like, well, Barca were crap. No, we were just so good. We hunted down everything. Does anyone notice how the English presenters are so biased towards English teams? That's true. English teams are always going to get the bias. Olympique Lyon. Oh, 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 oh. I mean, look, they're going to be singing their hearts out. All 0 of them, because it's gonna be in an empty stadium. This Champions League is crazy, says Zenpa. It is, and the 2 Farmers League, easy leagues, the Uber Eats leagues. Those are the teams that are gonna be in the Champions League. Man City, Pep does what he does best, and he could have lost to Zidane the first leg. He went in there to that first leg with some new thing. Like Pep Guardiola tries to, invent some alien tactics in big games, and that's it. That's my problem with the guy. Brilliant tactics when he's playing in the league and he's playing in the FA Cup. It looks so beautiful. I watch City. People act like I don't watch City. I watch City games just for fun because I know it's going to be interesting. De Bruyne is going to be scoring. Mahrez is going to be doing crazy things. Sane would have been doing crazy things. I watch a lot of City. I watch them get outplayed by Norwich City. I watch them get pressed down by Southampton. And this is what happens. And Bayern could do it. We could do it. This is our opportunity. If it wasn't clear when we beat Barca 8-2, if it wasn't very clear, now it is. We could be the team to win the first Champions League in 2020. We could be the team to save this sport because now there's 2 teams that, only one oil money team. Olive oil, pump it up, pow, 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 pow. Palm oil, get that palm. Coconut oil, suck it up. We're the only team that can save the heritage of football. Well, if Lyon beat us. It's weird. Is it weird to say this? If we lost to City, I'd hate it. But if we lose to Lyon, actually, it'd feel worse losing to Lyon because there's a reason why they're like 7th or 8th in Ligue 1. I don't watch that much Ligue 1, to be honest. I haven't watched a single game at PSG. I only watch Ligue 1 teams in the Champions League because they're actually very physical. I mean, Lyon played like a physical team with great footballing. They're very well coached. And that's it. That's what you have to do sometimes. And you saw in that game what happened. You saw exactly how everything went down. And that's the most important thing. Nothing to lose under Hansi. Right, look. I'm telling you, this is the start of the Bundesliga dominant. And your defense needs to be on lockdown because Lyon is very aggressive. Yeah, they exploited City's high line. That's the situation with Lyon. What they did was they pinned their strikers. Depay had it so many times, except he was so small that he kept getting bodied by Garcia and Laporte. He had it where they get a long ball, but Lyon tried to win the second ball. They were so combative, and we have to be very, very careful, on point, because if you win Lyon, you're in the Champions League final. If you beat Lyon, Olympique Lyon, you're in the Champions League final. And Bayern is the only team left that has won the Champions League. Has Lyon? No, Lyon has never won it. I think Marseille won it, twice or something like that. Well, Bayern are the only team that has ever won the Champions League. We would be the only team that knows how it feels to play the final. Well, did Atletico not know how it felt to play in the Champions League, then get slapped up by Leipzig? I mean, Leipzig, we're talking about Leipzig. Leipzig could get through. Well, I think Leipzig would do. I pretty much, maybe like 80% of my predictions in this Champions League so far have gone absolutely perfect. Maybe the City. I thought Real Madrid would have gotten an equalizer, and it would have still been a City win. I thought it would be 2-1 Real Madrid, and then it would have been the equalizer. But City, no. What did I think? I don't know. I did think Real Madrid would do something against City, but they didn't. Leipzig can beat PSG, and that's what it is. See, the thing with PSG is people think of PSG. I said it, man. Games are not won on paper. Didn't I say it this morning? I think I said it. Games aren't won on paper, man. I'm getting so many W's today. Games are not won on paper. Games are won on the pitch. We can talk all we want. I'll say right now, Bayern win the Champions League. It doesn't mean what I just said don't mean a damn thing, because if they don't actually go ahead and win it, what am I gonna say? Oh, I jinxed us? Nah, it doesn't matter what I do. It matters what the team does, right? A lot of people said City will win this game, and City didn't act like they were gonna win the game. Even when they were like 1-1, I thought they'd just start going gung ho. Even when they were 2-1, I saw a throw in back to the. Nah, if you're 2-1 down in the Champions League quarterfinals and your future. Nah, you're blasting that throw in to the edge of the opposition box, but they're passing it to their center backs. The arrogance Man City had tonight at certain points is what costed them, and Bayern can't have that against Lyon. We can't be 2-1 down and throwing throw-ins back to Boateng or Niklas Zula or Alaba. We can't be doing that. We have to go into that game with the intensity that we've had against Barcelona and also Chelsea and Leipzig. We played Leipzig and we didn't. They're the only team we haven't beaten this season. How crazy is that? Leipzig are the only Bundesliga team we have failed to beat this season. How crazy is that? They'll beat PSG. That's pretty much me saying that. I think if you look at PSG versus Leipzig, it's a team that's well organized, well coached, has amazing players. You know, some of Upamecano will just own Mbappe, in my opinion. Look what happened when Mbappe came up against a competent center back in Koulibaly. He got pocketed. Neymar will do his thing. He'll dribble. Leipzig's high pressing, high energy system will, swarm Neymar. Whenever he gets the ball, you'll see Sabitzer, you'll see Leimer, you'll see Klosterman, you'll see Michele all jump in on him, and I think that's going to happen in the Leipzig game. If Konate was fit, I'd say Leipzig would win because their defense is pretty. That defense was the best defense 2 seasons ago in the Bundesliga. It was really, really good. Leipzig might not have the experience and maturity, but PSG don't either. This is their first Champions League. It's a 50-50 game, and I think Leipzig will win because they play as a team. PSG just has Neymar and Mbappe. PSG were 6 minutes away from being knocked out by a team in the name of Atalanta. That's crazy. And yeah, that's pretty much it. 3:15 a.m. in India. Well, that's crazy, isn't it? Very, very crazy. Today has been a weird day because I woke up very late, 10 a.m. Don't wake up. I wake up at 7 on every given day. But then today I wake up and City's getting closer. I made a video saying Bayern's next challenge, it was City. It had City. Nah, you think I'm joking? No, this had City in it. Look, it had Man City. Look, this is what I had. I had that picture because I thought City would slap Lyon up like 4-0 because I thought Pep would go into it and go, we're City, let's win. But he didn't. He went into it like, they're Lyon, let's not win. And that's the situation we had there. So that's pretty much it. Why knock on my door when it says don't knock? So right, with Lyon though, it's very important for Bayern. Greetings from the Philippines. Greetings. Well, I wake up at 6. Trying to one-up me. France versus Germany. That's the Champions League now. What if Lyon... No, not Lyon. What if PSG beat... honestly, I'm going to say this. I don't want to play Leipzig in the Champions League final, but I think we will. If we were to win it, of course. I think... The reason I'm saying that is because I just don't want to watch Bayern Munich versus Leipzig in the final. I want to watch Bayern versus PSG. That's... Like, even if you lose that, you're like, it's PSG, which I don't think we would. I think as a team, they're not very, cohesive. Leipzig are. If you look at how Leipzig play, I don't want to play Leipzig because I think it'd be harder than play. We haven't beaten Leipzig this season for a reason. They have 2 chances to win that. They should have probably won. And it's because of their way of playing. They match our level of intensity. They almost match our level of quality on the pitch. Their center backs are amazing. Their fullbacks are flying. Their midfielders are amazing. Their strikers, their attack, that's where we're better. They match us in a lot of areas, Leipzig. But PSG, they don't match us for our defense. They don't match us for our intensity. They're very, intensity-wise, they're not very high pressing. They will struggle to cope with the physicality that we throw at them. Look at how, Diego, what's his name? Goodness gracious, I should remember this because, Thiago Silva, goodness, wow, Thiago Silva, I'm feeling Thiago Silva. He struggled against Atalanta with the off-ball running. I think our midfield runners will be very good against PSG. I think our midfield is better and our defense is better. And our attack, we have the best striker in the world. We have the best attacking midfielder in the Champions League right now, Thomas Muller. And, wingers-wise, they win with Mbappe and Neymar. But I'd say Lewandowski's quality makes up for it. And Gnabry is still world-class, so it's not like we just have crap wingers. They just have Neymar. Neymar is one of the best players in the world. People want to disrespect him because he plays in the Uber Eats League, and it's easy for him. He did it in La Liga in the Champions League. What do you mean it's easy for him? He's Brazil's leading all-time scorer. The French league in the Bundesliga. It's kind of crazy because I never thought I'd see a Bundesliga team get to the semifinals again since 2013. With Dortmund, getting into the final. And it could happen. It could happen that Leipzig get to their first Champions League final. they got to the. It was the first ever round of 16, first ever Champions League set quarterfinal, and now it's their first ever Champions League semifinal, and they've won every single game against not some easy teams. You know, one thing that will come into play with Leipzig and PSG is that they didn't play a harder team than we did. No, they didn't play a harder team than we did. What do you mean? What? Oh.
Okay. That other one, that's great. Oh,
right.
I'm gonna win, you know.
Why you streaming, man? God damn it. Well, leave a like on the video. We have 200 people watching. Let's get to 100 likes. You guys are amazing, man. You guys are amazing. Bayern Munich playing Olympique Lyon. I can't believe it. I didn't want to be playing City, honestly. Well, I did. I did want us to play City. You know why? I want Davies to come up against De Bruyne. You know, that's just more fun. Now we're gonna have to watch Bayern have more possession against Lyon, and I don't know. I don't know what happens to all of us. Exactly. Walking into my room, it's just irritating. It's very irritating. Davies will stop Neymar, no problems. I mean, if that was the case, I don't think we. You know, Messi. Messi looked like he was just with the actual goats yesterday. Bah, bah, you know, because we kept him quiet because we had the ball. We pressed Barcelona high and well. And we didn't let Messi just have free possession. The thing with a lot of teams is they just give the ball. They allow the ball to go to Messi. We were pressing Barcelona at the back. And that's where we win against a team like PSG. They want to get the ball to Neymar. Well, we're just going to press you so you don't get the ball to Neymar. And when you do get the ball to Neymar, we have insurance policies. If anyone has ever watched that movie where there's this underground thing, right, and there's these clones, they're called insurance policies. So if the rich people in the actual real world get like a heart tumor or heart thing or cancer, they can just get and replace their body parts with these insurance policies. So we have an insurance policy in Alphonso Davies. He's our insurance policy. He ensures we don't do anything stupid. He ensures if we get in a car wreck, call Davies and Davies. Call Davies. Ah, man, it's amazing. You know, listen, you're very good at winning the semis and the finals. We're not good. We're not good at winning the final. Don't say that. I think what do we have 6 losses in final? We need to switch that. We need number 6. I'm German. I just love watching your videos. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. I mean, so there's the U.S. and then there's Germany, UK, United Kingdom, and then there's Canada, and then there's India, and then so we're pretty much global. Bayern Now is global. Subscribe if you're new, by the way. We're trying to get to 3,000 subscribers. I appreciate each and every single person's support. The Champions League this is why we love it. We don't, it's not easy to win. Man City fans were like, oh, it's time to bring it home. And I'm like, you don't win the Champions League by not winning it. The Champions League isn't handed out to just anyone. It's handed out to the best team in Europe. And it's very hard to be the best team in Europe when you're having to face Real Madrid, Barcelona, Atletico Madrid. You're having to face the actual, everyone else. There's like 10 teams that can win the Champions League, but then there's only maybe 4 teams that can do it. Liverpool did it, and maybe we downplay that. I downplay it a lot because Barca were in a transition year, Bayern were in a but they did it. They won it, and you can't take it away from them. And no matter how weird the tournament format is, if there were fans in the stadiums, I think Atalanta would have probably won it because you get so much energy. And I think the Champions League is amazing. It's beautiful. Bayern cannot afford to lose versus Lyon. Hell no. I understand. You lose against Barca. You lose against City, maybe. But we can't afford to lose in a game where we are the better team in every single regard. I like Lyon and how they have so much passion, but I like us better. I love this team. So I don't want us to be going into this game with any sort of reluctancy. I don't want that. I want us to take our chances when they come. We won't be creating 50 chances because Lyon will be very closed off. They'll be very defensive. We shouldn't go into this game expecting a 5-0 win from Bayern. I'm expecting a scraped up 3-1, 2-1. I don't do predictions, but I'm expecting that sort of scoreline. That's not a prediction. I'll be damned if I do a prediction because you all know what happens when I do predictions. I don't like doing predictions. I predicted we'd win 4-0 against, not 4-0, I think it was 2-0. And we lost 3-1 against Liverpool at the Allianz Arena. I'm just, come on. Can't stand it. Bayern will bottle the semifinal again. Well, we can't do it. Congrats on reaching 3K. Oh, look, we're 3K. Well, now we want 4K. So share the videos if you have it. Yeesh. Well, I mean, Pep has done one thing good for Bayern, and that's just not, having one of the most expensive squads of all time. Spending 50 mil at least on fullbacks every single season, still can't. Kyle Walker was crap today. Got caught out of position. He played not Musa Dembele. He played Kambe on sides. So, and they were calling him the best right back in the world when he had a good performance against Real Madrid. Premier League fans are so reactionary, man. Like, all of a sudden, if a player misses, like Sterling just did, of course, I don't hate Sterling. I don't. I like Sterling as a person. But because he missed, people are now calling him crap. And that's it. At least I can call Pep crap, or crap in big games. I respect the guy for doing what he does on a weekly basis and with his teams. But it's just, for me, I don't know. I like bantering him. He's growing bald hairs. All right. Well, thank you everyone so much for the support. 100 likes, that's the goal. Can't believe it, though. Your prediction in February was right, and mine wasn't. I told you, bro. I told you about the Champions League. I told you. They give Lingard shite, and he's had personal issues. That's it. Every fan does that. Hi from Slovenia. Well, what's with everyone telling me where they're from? Actually, I do want to know where everyone. Azerbaijan. Never heard of. Actually, I've heard of it. I don't know where that is though. Is that in Europe? Oh, that's one of those Europa League teams. Yeah, Azerbaijan. Well, I wouldn't know. Bayern aren't in the Europa League. Man United fans and Arsenal fans can tell you a lot about it. Shout out. My name is Sanjay. Well, welcome to the stream. Philadelphia. Okay, well, look, everyone here. Well, look, I what I love about you guys? You're the worst jinxers ever. Because a lot of you were saying Bayern will thwomp Barcelona. Someone said Bayern will be 3-1 up in the first half. And we were 4-1 up. So maybe if you say Bayern will win the Champions League, we'll just win it in normal time. Nah. I can't see how we don't win this tournament now. I can't. If we lose, I will sit here and cry, man. I can't see how we don't win it. This is such a big tournament to be losing, and that's just not what we want to be doing. Please don't lose, Bayern. Please. You're playing Lyon. That's technically easier. You mods are useless. From Iraq, from Ghana, Albania. I can speak Albanian. Just ask me. Next time I'll speak Albanian. I'll learn every single one of your languages. I'll learn Arabic. I'll learn, I already know a lot of Spanish. And people think I Googled any. No, I actually, the thing with me in Spanish is, if you can give me an hour to write it down, I'll write down the things I want to say. But I don't speak Spanish like I can read it and learn it, or understand what is said. Not every word, but I can understand it. But I can't understand when someone's speaking Spanish to me. Like, I was watching a Messi interview. I was understanding a lot he was saying, and then he just started using his Argentinian accent from California. Of course, Isaiah from California, and he's supporting Chelsea. Crap state, crap team. Pretty much a love made in a relationship made in love. From Rio de Janeiro. Well, Brazil. Well, that's pretty nice. From Australia. From Australia. Look at that. I want to know everyone's thoughts. Who was at fault for this game versus City? Because I'm actually still at shock. It's one of those games that you're like, oh, well, the reason Lyon's number one, by the way, someone's going to ask me that, bound to, is because they're the last team we have to play if we want to get to the Champions League final. And it was City. Like I showed you, it was City, and then Lyon were like, nah, take that L. No, let me do the same pose. Yeah. Take that L. Take that L. And you know what's funny? I just remembered. Everyone knows Dominic, right? Dominic Rich FC. I texted him versus Real Madrid, and I asked him, why is Sterling so wasteful? Guess why City lost today? And it was Sterling missing a chance, but not really him. And I did tell him, Pep will overthink the big games. He just can't. I don't know what's wrong. I don't think Pep will ever win the Champions League again. I think he'll be sacked, and he will be sacked at City because they only have one trophy this season. They didn't win the FA Cup. Got beaten by Arsenal. In the same way Lyon are learning lessons from Arsenal, because Arsenal just decided, let's park the bus and hit City on the counter-attack. And they did that. And that's how they won. And Chelsea too. City are losing games where you're like, City should win this. City are losing against Arsenal in a cup semi-final. And that's just it. And people tell me, George, you have an agenda. Even though I'm just speaking what I see. I see this. I see I see it again. City won't win the Champions League next year. They'll be favorites for it like there are every year, but they won't win it because it takes like a careful plan. Even us saying Bayern will win the Champions League, that's extravagant. It takes a careful plan. It takes strategy. It takes consistency in your plan. It takes passion, with none of which I think Pep wants to have. He can have it, but he's not Jurgen Klopp. He's not going to tell his players something that can make them react. He's not Zidane. I'm watching Zidane's halftime talks. This guy's so relaxed in a final, Champions League final. It's very hard to get to a final. Zidane's like, tenemos muchas agresivo. That's it. Just go be aggressive. We need a lot of aggression in this game. And that's what Zidane's saying. And that's sticking with me. But it doesn't take, you can't just overthink everything. Pep was picking up the grass. Everyone remember that picture with that Arsenal coach, Lundberg, walks on the pitch, picks up grass. That's Pep in the Champions League every single year. He's picking up grass, I don't know what he does with the grass. I don't know. Maybe he thinks that's the Champions League trophy. He just picks up grass from these pitches. He picks them up every single Champions League semi-final. Can you speak Arabic right now? Of course I can. I can speak Arabic all the time. I can English. I can speak Arabic. I can speak it. Watch me speak Arabic. Watch me speak Arabic. Watch me speak Arabic. Watch me speak Arabic. Of course I know Arabic. That's the language that I speak all the time. Of course. I can speak Arabic. I can speak Arabic. You just not hear me say that? That's exactly how I can speak Arabic. I think, for me, there's people that have good, decent Arabic. I think I have the best. Did I not just... Y'all just heard me speak Arabic, and thank you so much, Tu parles au français? Of course. Si, j'ai parlé français. Okay, right, look at that. So, this game, a lot of people are saying Pep, right? And, that's it. I don't know. Lyon is a rug good team. I don't want to play them, but I do. This is the exact same strategy Gladbach had against us. If you can, do we struggle to break down low block teams? Well, not really, do we? We just struggle to break down teams like Leipzig that press high and have a good defense. We haven't beaten Leipzig this season, and there's a reason why. It's not just because they're just so hard to play. We didn't score against them under Hansi Flick, and that was one of the weirdest games ever because Leipzig had a lot of chances too. They hit us on the break, and they also had possession. Will we struggle against Lyon? Well, they can keep the ball well. That midfield battle is going to be big because here's the thing. Did you see Barcelona? Barcelona's midfield decided, hey, we don't want to play against Thiago and Goretzka right now and come out and commit. They kept themselves in, and Thiago ran the game. He ran the show. He made the pass for Lucas Hernandez for Coutinho's first goal. And that's the type of thing I'm looking for. I'm looking for that specifically. I need us to have Goretzka and Kimmich moving in between the lines. You don't break down low block teams by, trying to patient build up on the edge of their box. That may work, but what you need is quick, bang. Goretzka in between, Thiago, ball in between the lines, Muller, bang, touch, Lewandowski in behind, Gnabry. That's how you break these teams down. If you watch how Leipzig scored their both goals actually, it was quick. Leipzig would go to one side, switch it. Sabitzer, great pass in behind. Instead of crossing into the box, edge of the box, Tyler Adams running from the wing-back position on the edge. That's how you break down a team like Lyon. You don't need to stand on the edge of their box. You can do that to a team that you can score like 4 goals against. But this is the Champions League. It's quick. You have to be fast. And if you do this thing where you're passing like Man City did tonight on the edge, and you're just passing on the edge like you're feeling suicidal, but you're not. So you're just on the edge of it. You're just dancing. You're gonna risk. You're gonna risk doing something stupid, and that City did. Leipzig are a real threat. Of course they are. If you lose, bro, don't troll me. Especially if we go back to school in person. You know, Zenpa, don't Mustafa, don't troll me, I please, Mustafi. I'm gonna just call you Squadron Mustafi from nah, sir, bro. Please don't troll me because you know all this build. Oh no, we better not come out on Thursday, and we're not in the Champions League final. We better not. I swear to goodness, I swear, I will say the most. Well, I do say the most now, but if we don't win against Lyon, I'm gonna lose my mind because. I don't even think. Hopefully, it's not. I say it. If we lose the UCL, it's gonna be because of us, and I don't think we will do that. I don't think we will do that. This guy wants to know where I'm from. You know, he wants to know my address. What's next? What state are you from, George? Well, if I say the state, what city, George? What street? What street? Oh, wow, you're there. Okay. If you lose in the finals, it'll be even worse. Please don't. Please, Bayern, if you get to the Champions League final, are we good in finals? I always ask that. No, we're not. In Champions League finals, not really. We'll be the one team to concede 2 goals in injury time in the matter of like 3-4 minutes. And from a stupid clearance. We'd be that team, so let's not do that. Let's not do that. We're almost at 100 likes, by the way. So 5 likes and we're there. Guys, there is justice in this world, says GTD. Well, look at that. There is justice. Football. This is football heritage. Pep is going to be like, sit down, nobody talk. We have to do it for David Silva and his girlfriend. You know, that's what Pep's going to be saying in the dressing room tonight because he got sacked up by some Lyon. Pep will get sacked. He will. They will sack Pep. He will resign. You know, Pep in the Champions League. Let me Pep in the Champions League without Lionel Messi. And people are starting to see what I say about this Pep guy. You know, it's his fault. You know, people want to say, oh, well, he didn't have Ian Robin and Ribéry in 2015. But he didn't. That's why we lost. But then he went and gegenpressed Barcelona for no reason with no wingers on the pitch. So it makes it even weirder. And, you know, that's it. You have to. You have to give Pep. You know, well, Pep is helping Bayern, isn't he? He is helping Bayern because now we don't have to play City. Oh, we're at 100 likes. Now let's get 200. And we're 3,000 subscribers. So subscribe if you're new. We're going to be covering the game, Bayern versus Lyon. You know, I was hoping it'd be City because the content around it is better. I had a collab with a City channel, JSGC. I was going to do one with Dominic Rich City FC, a combined 11. A lot of fun content was going to come out around Man City versus Bayern. And now we got to do it with Lyon. I don't know any Lyon fans. I don't even think there's a Lyon fan outside of France. Well, of course they are, you know. But we'll find them, and we'll try to make the content very good. I can't make a combined 11 because it'd just be Bayern players. Like, what am I going to say? Oh, this Lopez guy, who actually was very shaky in the first half, this Lopez guy is better than Neuer. I can't say that. Or this Cornet guy is better than Alphonso Davies. I can't say that either. Or I can't say Haussamayo was better than Thiago. He could be the next Thiago. But, you know, the content around the Lyon would be just a little bit. What's your social security number? Well, it's 0124, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's it. Bayern should go for a high line against. Should Bayern do it? Look, I don't think so. But we should. UEFA said no oil clubs allowed. Well, PSG are still an oil club. You know, if Leipzig get to the Champions League final, I think it'll be really good for German football in general. Not just Bayern. But imagine 2 German teams in the Champions League final. That would be crazy. There's no German team in the Europa League, and that's no one cares. No one, like literally no one cares. No one cares about the Europa League. Is 2020 Bayern better than 2013 Bayern? Well, 2013 Bayern won the Champions League. So we have to win the Champions League in order for me to say that. But in terms of the style we play with, Muller said it himself. Okay, well, he said it with Germany, but I think it could have been, you know, hinted at Bayern because it was the same team, similar type of, you know, style of play. Well, where are the City fans that spam Man City will beat Bayern yesterday at now? Absolute frauds, exactly. I think a lot of City fans were hopeful that they'd get here. But the Champions League, like I said, it's a merit competition. You don't get the trophy by just being there. Nah, you got to earn your merit here. Didn't I post a 40-minute video this morning? We did the live show this morning. We're doing another one because of just the situation that we're in now. But I posted it, and I acted like City were through. And is George the greatest jinxer of all time? I think I have to be, right? By the way, I have to be. I have to be. People have to stop disrespecting my name because a lot of you said, George, you're gonna jinx us for Chelsea. You're gonna jinx us for Barcelona. So far, I've said Bayern will win every single game. This Lyon game, I'm saying it now. Bayern Munich will beat Lyon. I don't do score predictions. Hell no. But I'm saying it now because call me a jinxer or whatever. But I just believe that we will. And if we don't, that would make me even more disappointed. But I'm saying it, we will. I don't care what anyone says. I really don't care. It's German teams versus French teams, and people call the German league a farmers league and the Bundesliga. Well, for me, the French league, they also call it. I always said it. I don't watch the French league, but here's one thing I would say about it, and you can take my opinion. It doesn't really matter. It's my opinion. George doesn't matter. But here's the thing. You can call any league whatever you want to call it, but you can't say Mbappe isn't good just because you can't say Lewandowski isn't good. That's what Premier League fans do. This should be a lesson this year. We're not trying to say, oh, the Prem is crap. We're trying to say, well, you have to say the Prem is good, but then you also have to respect these other leagues because the French league is the #1 developer of talent. I love how these people call these other leagues farmers leagues, but then in the transfer window, they turn into the Lamborghini dealership. Now I want Kai Havertz. Now I want Jadon Sancho. Now I want Thiago. 3 players, 3 of the biggest moves this summer are coming from the Bundesliga to the Premier League. If the Premier League was so good, why hasn't a single English manager who's born in the country, knows the culture, why haven't a single English manager won the Premier League? Why hasn't that happened yet? Because it's just simply just the different levels of education from different leagues. Why does Liverpool have to go to the Bundesliga to go get Jurgen Klopp to come fix them? Should Klopp's tactics just not work in the English league because he's doing it in an easier league? It doesn't make any sense. If you go to France and you're saying, Mbappe, I want you, and then you call the French league a farmers league, aren't you saying what Mbappe is doing is easier? So why do you want him? Jadon Sancho, Man United fans are saying, the Bundesliga is a farmers league, Dortmund is a feeder club. Well, then why do you want Sancho? Because Dortmund is the direct competitor to Bayern. If anything, Dortmund is way worse than any other team since they can't compete with Bayern Munich. Or, here's a new point. PSG spent a combined almost 300 million on Neymar and Mbappe. Actually more. They spent almost 400 million on those two. That's what they have spent on Neymar and Mbappe. How many Prem teams spend 400 million plus on Neymar and Mbappe? So they should be winning their leagues just by buying those 2 players. Okay, Bayern Munich have Robert Lewandowski, best striker in the world. We have Thiago, one of the best midfielders in the world. These leagues are not farmers leagues. They're just different in how things work. It's just that these 2 teams, Bayern and PSG, are just so far ahead, and therefore, stop calling everything a farmers league. George, all I gotta say is I hope you win and not bottle because Bayern will get trolled for years. Why do you want me? Now I feel weird about what you just said there. Because now I feel like you're trying to set me up to the point where if we lose, you get all this energy. Bro, please don't come at me with... Well, Real Madrid are in the Champions League, so you can't talk to me right now. Bayern is so good now because BVB and Leipzig have been getting better in the last 2 years. If you're Jadon Sancho and you're seeing Leipzig, Bayern Munich, Champions League finals, you might think to yourself, well, this is probably something going on here, and you might be like, I want to stay here because this is so competitive, it could push us next year. And if Dortmund, who are getting Memphis to pay, because you got they did say he'd leave the season, we just don't know where, and Dortmund are the big favorites to sign him. And I'm a Dortmund fan. Well, yeah, that's true. I want Sancho to stay at Dortmund because if Sancho stays, the league gets much better. Well, it doesn't get better, it gets more interesting because now Sancho can add 20 plus goals and 20 plus assists in a single season for Dortmund, and that's just going to make Bayern Munich players stay on the edge. And you know what? I said it. Next 2 years, Bayern aren't going to win a 10th title. I don't even think we'll win a 9th. I'm saying that because Leipzig just sold Werner, got 2 new players. They're going to do more. They just re-signed Upamecano. They're not losing any more players. They're only going to get stronger. And Bayern Munich, are we getting stronger? Our squad gets smaller with Perisic and Coutinho leaving. So there's going to be massive opportunities. And with Sancho staying at Dortmund, I can see a bigger title race than we did last season, which was technically still 2019-2020. Well, thank you everyone so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. We'll be back tomorrow with more content. Feels weird playing Lyon. Well, I'm sure we'll have a lot of content tomorrow. And yeah, I was going to make a video about how Bayern Munich beat Barcelona. That was going to be uploaded today. Well, that's going to be uploaded tomorrow. But thank you everyone so much for watching. Mia san mia and peace. I mean, everyone's from Macedonia. We have a lot of Polish people watching. Wonder why, not Lewandowski. Well, I support Bayern because of Robin, so I should probably shut up. I'm not even Dutch either.